Hello again, this is Dylan from British English Coach, and this is the Master Polite English course. So in the last video we looked at direct offers or invitations. For example, let me help you. You must let me help you. Promise me you'll come to the party. Now, indirect offers or weak offers are a bit more complicated. Because they're complicated, they're more difficult to accept or reject directly. Okay, so let's look at some examples. So firstly, sometimes we say something and it doesn't really sound like an offer or an invitation. And often these are closed questions, questions which have a yes or a no answer. So, are you busy next week? Now, you might think this is just a general question. You could say, yes I am, or no I'm not. But it actually might be an invitation to something. So it could be, are you busy next week? No, I'm not. Well, you must come to my house. Okay, so it's actually an indirect invitation, or it's a question that then leads to a more direct invitation. So let's have a look at some of these. Are you a fan of opera? Now this could be the beginning of a conversation or an offer or an invitation. If you say, yes I am, the other person may say, well you must come to the concert next week. Are you able to eat spicy food? Okay, again, this could be an invitation to a restaurant. Have you thought about buying insurance? Okay, this could be the beginning of an offer to sell you insurance. Do you need some help? Okay, so this seems like quite a direct question. But again, this might be the beginning question, and then the person might offer you help in the next question. Again, would you like some help? That's another example of something that could be an offer. Okay. Now, often these indirect offers or these indirect invitations are phrased as negative question tags. So if someone says, you're not a fan of the opera, are you? Okay. That might be the beginning, and then they might offer you invitation to go to the opera with them next week if you say yes. Again, you're not able to eat spicy food, are you? You don't need my help, do you? You wouldn't need a hand, would you? Okay, so these are all indirect offers as well. And what makes them difficult, maybe, is that because they don't seem like offers, you're not quite sure if you should accept them or reject them. Because if someone says to you, you don't need my help, do you? And you say, yes, I do, that means they have to offer help. Okay, so it seems as though you're almost giving them a command and you're imposing on them. So this can get a bit complex, but let's go through a few situations and a few conversations, and hopefully it will become a bit clearer. So let's say you're working or you're trying to do something like with the suitcase, you're trying to lift the suitcase up the stairs, and someone says, you don't need any help, do you? So you could reply, I'm okay, thanks. I think I can do this by myself. So they're making an indirect offer of help, and then you're rejecting that first offer, that first indirect offer. So then the first person, because they know that this is a routine, a conversational strategy, they say, are you sure? I'd love to help. Okay, now it's quite clear that it's an offer, and you can accept it without imposing upon the other person, because they've almost made the offer twice. So then you could say, okay then, great, thanks very much. Okay, so if the first sentence doesn't seem like a direct offer, you might want to refuse it first, and if they repeat the offer, that means it's a real offer, so then you can accept. Let's look at another one. You don't need any help, do you? I'm okay, thanks. I think I can do this by myself. Right then, I'll leave you to it. Thanks anyway. So in this case, the person has made the indirect offer, you've refused it, and the person, maybe because it wasn't a serious offer of help, they decide not to continue and offer again. And they give you the freedom to do the job by yourself. So this is quite difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you might refuse the first offer to be polite, and the person may not offer again, which means you'll have to do something by yourself when maybe you could have benefited from some help. So this can get quite frustrating, which is why sometimes polite language is quite annoying or irritating, even for native speakers, because it's not always clear if someone's offering help for real or it's just a formality that they're offering help and don't really want to help you, and they don't really want to invite you anyway. So let's have a quick review. Indirect or weak offers, they may not seem like offers or invitations, which is why they're more difficult to accept. Because if you accept straight away, the person may not have been giving you a real offer. So they're also more difficult to reject because they may not seem like offers or invitations. And what happens is, if it's an indirect or a weak offer, we sometimes reject the first offer or the invitation, and then we wait for the other person to repeat the offer, then we feel more comfortable accepting. So basically, sometimes we offer in an indirect way or a weak way, and so the person can accept or reject the offer, but they won't always do that straight away. They might reject it, and then they might expect you to make the second offer, and then they might accept the second offer. Difficult, isn't it? This is one of the more complex areas with polite language. So what I would say is that recognize that this happens, and don't necessarily feel offended if someone doesn't offer a repeat offer you, or make two offers, or if they reject your first offer. They might be expecting you to repeat the offer. Okay, well, I hope this didn't confuse you too much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.